Welcome to Greyhound View. This week we will bring you the final of the Vodafone Grand Prix, plus the final of the Track Bookmakers Bitch 525 from Harold's Cross. We'll also bring you the highlights of the first round heats of the Pacific Mile National Puppy Stake. But first, hot news from the greyhound industry. On Monday, there were historical talks in Dublin between the Irish Greyhound Board and the British Greyhound Racing Board, laying down foundations for the future of the industry in both countries. The main topics discussed were the exchange of database information, but more particularly support from the Irish Greyhound Board for the British Greyhound Board in their efforts to secure just and equitable funding from the bookmakers for the industry.
The main issues at stake are that we don't just need to prosper, we need to survive. And unless we get more money into the sport and more money at grassroots level, into prize money, into breeding, direct to trainers, we will lose tracks and we will lose people out the industry. Well, in the past, there's been two ways. One is that the tracks get paid for staging bags racing, but what we're particularly interested in is what's called the British Greyhound Racing Fund, which was a voluntary contribution made by some bookmakers, in fact only 100 out of the 2,000 bookmaker companies pay, which is worth to the industry about £5 million a year. And what we want to do is replace that with a system based on data and database licensing.
Now, over the last number of years, they've gone downhill so rapidly, it's not true. I mean, they're getting paid pittances in prize money. The trainers are, hardly able to survive, and the owners are certainly not getting return. Whereas we have got the opposite here now. We've got very, very good prize money for owners and trainers. And as I say, that's all to no avail if the UK market's not the best it should be. And clearly, I've always held the view, I think somebody asked me this way back 10 years ago, that the bookmakers have far too much say in greyhound racing in the UK. And they've got to be taken on, and they've got to be taken on by the grassroots.
Really, we're all one industry, and just the moral support that the Irish board will be able to give us will be able to mean that we'll be able to go and negotiate with much more purpose with the bookmakers. But the other is that there's an interdependency. There's an interdependency on form, on breeding details, on trial details, and on databases. And of course, 90% of the dogs that race in our country are bred here in Ireland.
This is a big, big thing now. This is probably the most important thing that will ever happen to Irish greyhound racing or UK greyhound racing. And if we get it wrong, then there won't be any racing in the future. But I have no doubt that Jeffrey and us will get it right. And the bookmakers will have to come to the table very soon, sooner rather than later, because time is dragging on. We don't want protracted negotiations. We don't want to go to the House of Lords for legal opinions. We know what we need. We know what we deserve. They know what they can pay us, we hope. And that's what the final figure is. So we are joining together to go after this money, and we are intending getting it with the total support of the UK owners and breeders, because they're the people that are losing out totally at this point in time.
I believe this is the best opportunity we've had in 40 years to get a proper and fair price for our product. And I'm absolutely convinced if we stay together, both sides of the Irish Sea, owners, trainers and breeders, we cannot lose.
I've already served in the Paddy Power Board as a director. I'm also in the PLC arena. I also know what the vulnerabilities are for these companies. I also know that their profit margin from greyhound racing is a lot better than horse racing. So therefore I know they have to pay. So it's a question of when they're going to pay and how much. And to say, obviously that's for negotiation. But I know their vulnerabilities. And by the way, I don't think we have too many vulnerabilities. We are going to win this, and we're going to win this well.
It's Friday night at Harold's Cross, the busiest night of the week. We're after taking a few moments of Colin Mulhall's time. He's the new assistant racing manager here at Harold's Cross. Colin, how are you finding it, first of all?
First week has been hectic, as you know. It's final of the Vodafone Grand Prix on Sunday. So of all the weeks to come in, it's probably the worst, with the Sunday meeting as well. We've 4 meetings this week. So above all, it's been hectic. And this week, I was at a trial session, took down the times, recorded them. I was up trying to help Eamon sort out the card, grade the card for Sunday. And tonight I would take weights and weight variations and inform the guys inside.
It's great to have a little bit of help. It's a 3-night week track, very busy. As you know, we're flat out at the moment with a Sunday meeting, so we couldn't have came along at a better time. He's a very enthusiastic fella. He comes from a doggy background, so I think I've got the best of the bunch. Everything's going well at the moment.
My aunt and uncle reared greyhounds, and from the time I was old enough to walk, I suppose I helped out in whatever way I could. and eventually got the bug and decided to rear and breed a few myself. And we were lucky enough to have some good dogs, unfortunate enough to have some bad ones.
What were you involved in before Greyhounds?
Before Greyhounds, I went to college. I was in college in England where we lived for a good few years. Came back and worked in Ireland, in Dublin, in IBM as a team lead.
And what are the aims for the future?
Aims for the future is to learn as much as I can from Eamon. I suppose I'm learning from one of the best. And in the future, probably look to get my own track somewhere along down the line. I think that's a bit away yet, though.
Well, there you have it. There's the opinion of Colin Mulhall, new assistant racing manager here at Harold's Cross. Of course, we're here for the racing as well. Tonight, the final of the Track Bookmakers Bitch 525 is the feature attraction. Axel Grease, the hot favourite, racing from Trap 5. Can't you get a clear run? Let's take a look at the lineup. The runners now on parade for the final of the Track Bookmakers Bitch 525. Trap 1 is Lady Pecan, trained by Georgina Goodall for the Rooster Club Syndicate in England, a daughter of Blue Merlin and Crash Bandicoot. She really switches into overdrive in the second corner. She'll be a big price, but she could prove value. In Trap 2, the Flying Early Pacer, Chariot Run, trained by Michael Taggart for Nathaniel Hagan and Down. This a daughter of Larkill Joe and Sun Salute, certain to get involved in the early stages. Could well lead around the corner, and you never know. In 3 we have Ballinclare Lark, unbeaten in the competition thus far, owned and trained by Andrea McCann in Wexford. This a daughter of Larkill Joe and Ballinclare Star. Early pace has been the feature of her challenge thus far. She flies to the corner, and another one with big claims. In 4, one of Ireland's leading prospects for next year, Fiontranelli, this a daughter of Top Honcho and Vintage Champagne, owned and trained by Tommaso Muracu down in Tipperary. She's another one that flies down the back straight, facing a tricky draw, but certainly one that can't be dismissed. In 5, the hot favourite Axel Grease, trained by Ollie Bray for Larry Dunn and Louth, a daughter of Top Honcho and Fee's Chance. She certainly deserves to win a big one. She was a finalist in the Oaks earlier on the year. She was also second in the Northwest Ulster Oaks. She's facing a tricky draw in 5, but she's going to be the one to beat. And Trap 6, Castleborough Katie, trained by Nicky Turner for Breda McCabe and John Murphy in Wexford. This a daughter of Roanoke and Bat Street Linda. Of course, Nick Turner already won the Oaks this year with Life's Beauty. Can he add this title to his bow? Well, they're all in traps now for the final of the Track Bookmakers Bitch 525. The favourite, trap number 5, Axel Grease. The trap order: in 1, Lady Pecan. Trap 2 is Chariot Run. In 3, Ballinclare Lark. 4, we have Fiontranelli. 5, Axel Grease. And trap number 6, Castleborough Katie. The hair up behind the boxes. And away they go. And first to show, trap number 2, Chariot Run. Going up well in second is Axel Grease. Further back, number 3, Ballinclare Lark, making up some ground. But around the opening corner, it's number 2, Chariot Run. Number 3, Ballinclare Lark has made up good ground to go second. And third, Axel Grease. Further back, number 1, Lady Pecan. Down the far side, number 2, Chariot Run leads. Here comes number 5, Axel Grease on the outside of number 3, Ballinclare Lark. Further back, number 1, Lady Pecan trying to close. Bit of trouble in behind. Number 2, Chariot Run leads into the home straight. Here comes number 5, Axel Grease. Can she get there? She's got a lot of work to do. Up the home straight. Chariot Run holds on to win it. Chariot Run wins it. Axel Grease in second, back in third, Lady Pecan. The winning time, 28.79. But what a fine front-running display by number 2, Chariot Run. And the result of the Track Bookmakers Bitch 525, the winner, trap number 2, Chariot Run, with a fine front-running display. Second, trap 5, Axel Grease. And third, number 1, Lady Pecan. The winning time, 28.79.
In my wildest dreams, I didn't think that I could win, but this is it. It's a pity that the trainer, he actually took bad with flu and he couldn't be here, and I wish he was here.
And you bought Chariot Run here in Harold's Cross in the sales, is that right?
I bought it here in the sales no more than 6-7 weeks ago, and it's a dream come true.
The Pacific Mile National Puppy Stake is one of the stepping stones for future champions of Irish Greyhound racing. Tonight we're at Shelbourne Park for the opening round heats. Let's take a look at the highlights.
Heat 4 of the Pacific Mile National Puppy Stake. In 1, Mustang Miracle. 2 is Ziffring Joe. 3, Be Inspired. 4, East Park Quest. In 5, Killan Boy. And out in 6, the 4-7 favourite, Knock Even Majors. The hare comes up behind traps for this 9th contest, and they're away, and Knock Even is off to a flyer. But so is number 3, Be Inspired, and the two of them are going to the corner neck and neck. On the outside, Knock Even Major showing great pace to take it up on the corner. Opens up a lead of 3-4 lengths over number 3, Be Inspired. These have moved on a mile ahead of number 2, Ziffring Joe in third. But down the back and into the third bend, 5 lengths in it as Knock Even Major leads from number 3, Be Inspired in second. That's gone to 6 lengths as they hit the final final corner and turning for home. It's Knock Even Major, the hot favourite, romping to victory here. This is an impressive run from number 6, Knock Even Major, winning from 3, Be Inspired, and number 1, Mustang Miracle, finishing like an express train. The winning time, a very fast 28.77.
Well, that's it. They're all in traps now for the third race here. It's Heat 6 of the National Puppy Stake. The favourite, trap number 5, Kilmaley Daly. Now they're here on the way in trap order 1, we have Finisterre. In trap 2, Tyra Pearl. In 3, all together now, 4, Dita Honcho. Trap 5, the favourite, Kilmaley Daly. And trap number 6, so it would seem. The hare coming around the final corner, up behind traps, and away they go. And first to show, trap number 2, Tyra Pearl. Leads up from number 4, Dita Honcho on the wide outside. Number 5, Kilmaley Daly around the opening corner. Number 4, Dita Honcho now skips into the lead from number 5, Kilmaley Daly in third. Number 6, so it would seem. Down the far side, Dita Honcho leads by about 2.5 lengths. Number 5, Kilmaley Daly, a big danger in second, running on well in third. Finisterre, but around the final 2 corners, still number 4, Dita Honcho. It's led from the opening corner. Can it hold off from number 5, Kilmaley Daly, who's coming with a strong challenge. Back in third, number 6, so it would seem. But it's all Dita Honcho, a comfortable winner. Second, number 5, Kilmaley Daly, close for third. The winning time, 28.82. Well, they're in traps now for Heat 8 of the National Puppy Stake. They're on the way. The trap order in this one: 1 is Tornock. In trap 2, Droopy's Rude, the favourite. In trap 3, La Fontaine. 4, Sagamore Jack. 5, Coolavani Eddie. And trap number 6, Hallam Heskey. The hare up behind traps. Away they go. First to show is trap number 2. That's Droopy's Rude. He's the hot favourite. Going up well on the outside or on the inside of number 1 is Tornock around in second spot. But out front it's number 2, Droopy's Rude, that leads from number 1, Tornock. Back in third we have number 5, Coolavani Eddie. Further back number 6, Hallam Heskey, making some ground. But into the third corner it's still number 2, Droopy's Rude, the Munster Puppy Cup winner. He leads by about 4 to 5 lengths. Number 5, Coolavani Eddie, coming with a strong looking challenge. Back in third, number 6, Hallam Heskey. But around the final corner, Droopy's Rude. Here comes number 5, Coolavani Eddie up to the line. Number 2, Droopy's Rude, just gets there. Number 5, Coolavani Eddie second, and third, number 6, Hallam Heskey. The winning time, 28.81. Well, they're in traps now for the final heat of the National Puppy Stake. This is the opening round. This will bring it to a conclusion. The runners in trap order: in 2 we have Odette, trap 3 King's Cadet, in 4 Greenview Bonus, trap 5 Extrovert Lad, and trap number 6 is Fahan Danger. Trap number 1, a non-runner. That trap will be vacant. The hare now coming up behind traps, and away they go. And first to show, trap number 3 King's Cadet quickly skips clear into the corner. Number 5 Extrovert Lad in second. Back in third, number 2 is Odette around the opening corners. Number 3 King's Cadet leads by about 4 to 5 lengths. Number 5 Extrovert Lad in second. Here comes number 2 Odette with her power pack finish. Further back number 6 Fahan Danger. But number 3 King's Cadet has really skipped clear. Number 2 Odette showing her pace now to go a clear second, really trying to catch the leader, but doesn't look like getting there. Number 3 King's Cadet continues to lead. Here comes number 2 Odette with that power pack finish up the home straight. Number 3 King's Cadet just holds on, but number 2 Odette very close in second. Back in third, number 6 Fahan Danger. The winning time, 28.73. Extremely impressive there by King's Cadet. Flew out of traps, displayed fine early dash. Number 2 Odette came with her power pack finish, just wasn't quick enough. Join us after the break for the Greyhound Review Awards, plus the final of the Vodafone Grand Prix.
We're here in Harold's Cross for the launch of the 25th Irish Greyhound Review. A quarter of a century reviewing all the great deeds of the track, tracing the history and all the stars. But there were 2 great stars in the year of 2002. There was, of course, Bypass Byway, winner of the Paddy Power Irish Derby, smashing the track record in the final.
Bypass Byway is on his way to glory. This is a magnificent run. The son of Spiral Nikita and Sandy Penny over Michael Carney.
He was trained by Ollie Bray, a young man from Navan in County Meath, who became the Irish Greyhound Review Personality of the Year for the first time. Ollie, of course, apart from Bypass Byway, also trained Axel Grease, the bitch that reached the Oaks final and performed so honourably on the track right through the year. Well, Ollie, you didn't think you were going to be here accepting the Personality of the Year award just a few months ago?
No, it was way at the back of my mind, but as I said, you never know what's around the corner with the dog game.
Well, Bypass Byway was a great servant for you.
It was a bit of a roller coaster. You know, we had him 5 months, hadn't we? 5-6 months, and won a derby with him. A friend of mine always said, I'd leave him in Shelbourne. So we diddled around from Lifford to Newbridge to Torres, and looking back, then maybe he was right. Like, you know, Shelbourne is there's no doubt it's the fairest track in the country.
The track was made for him, really, his
Oh, it
pace.
is. Yeah, the run up, and if you have speed, there's room and that to go by. And
Probably the greatest decision as well was to change him to a wide seat.
well, it's debatable. I won't. That's a reflection on the trainer. So, but he broke the clock out inside the trap one in Galway. He done the best run in Newbridge out of trap one. So it was a blessing. Maybe olden times cut the nose one. I won't doubt it. He ran the bend better out outside. He kicked off where from the inside he was hesitating if there was dogs around him. But he never looked back now.
The question is, do you have another Derby winner in the kennel?
Oh Jesus! It's a bit of work we done today. It's a long way up my Derby. What I seen now.
And then, of course, the other award was the Stud Dog of the Year award, and this was won for the first time by the Australian dog Top Honcho. No strangers to the winning arena, though, were the Dunn family from Portlaoise, and Michael and John were present to accept the award on behalf of Top Honcho. Among Top Honcho's progeny were the Produce Stakes winner Give and Go, the Ladbroke 600 winner Born a Pilot, the Puppy Derby winner Fortune Mike, his little brother Judicial Post, a host of winners all over the country. A dog that's come from Australia and is leaving a great legacy behind him. Well, Michael, a great result with Top Honcho winning the award. Just give me a little bit of the history of Top Honcho.
We had Fright Flash first, and we thought we were surprised that Fright Flash wasn't throwing the early pace. That even though he's bred sir, we thought it was slight lack of early pace there. So we searched. We saw Head Honcho coming along. We actually brought him before Head Honcho was number one, and we liked the way Head Honcho was looking. We were surprised how quick. We thought it'd take longer. I didn't think he'd win this year. I thought it'd be next year. He just seems to have it. He wasn't the busy sir 2 years ago. He's about number 6. I'd say he's in the top 2 or 3 busy sirs now. And he doesn't seem to need to be the busiest to be number one. He just seems to upgrade bitches. I believe, maybe in bias, but I think that bitches seem to throw better dogs to him than they do to others. The dogs. He just seems to have it. You either I have some set dogs to do the opposite. So and not. He just seems to have it.
John, you won it 3 times with Frightful Flash. Do you think you're going to be back for the hat trick with Top Honcho?
Well, we hope so. As Michael said, we were surprised that Top Honcho did it so quickly. We were eyeing it up for next year, but it's a very hard thing to do. But there's a big team involved here, and obviously we lost the biggest link in the chain this year with our father dying, and but myself and Michael want to dedicate this award to the memory of our father, who taught us all about walking dogs, and we've always had dogs, and we've a few more coming. We've Dale's mentor just in now as well, the new Australian dog, and well, if we don't do a Top Honcho, we'll try it with him, so we'll see what happens.
Well, it's many years since we had Sunday racing in Dublin, but we're here at Harold's Cross this evening for the final of the Vodafone Grand Prix, worth €35,000 to the winner. It's been one of the best competitions of the year. Serene Rumble, wearing the black jacket, is the hot favourite, but a 2-1 on. Would you be backing him? Let's take a look at the runners. The runners now on parade for the final of the Vodafone Grand Prix for 2002 in Trap 1 Word of God, owned and trained by Francis O'Donnell in Killinall in County Tipperary, a son of Vintage Prince and Batty Spirit. He was the runner-up last year. Can he go one step better this year? He's a 14-1 chance. Into Tamna Rose, trained by Paul Hennessy for Ray Nicholas in Limerick, a daughter of Come On Ranger and Queer Season, a brilliant performer, 25 wins from 45 career starts. She was a Derby finalist earlier in the year, but she's one of the outsiders. In 3, another Derby finalist, Heavenly Hero, trained by Johnny Donoghue for Tony Head in England, a son of Always Good and Mam's Choice, a powerful galloper. He was an impressive winner of his semi-final, and he'll have plenty of supporters here. In 4, the hot favourite, Serene Rumble, trained by Michael O'Donovan for Eddie Ryan in Tipperary, a son of Smooth Rumble and 7.7. He's absolutely top-class greyhound. He powers to the corner, he flies down the back, and he stays strongly. He's definitely the one to beat. 5 is Cancel O'Key, trained by young Stephen Burke for Philip Heffernan in Tipperary, a son of Roanoke and Listnack Barbie, another one that maintains a really powerful gallop throughout. He's a wide runner, but he's one with each-way claims. And 6 is Top Tank, trained by Mary Gilbert for the New Tank Syndicate in County Mayo, a son of Top Honcho and Jungle Crisis, drawn to perfection in the stripes. Another very strong running greyhound. He could make a bold bid. Well, the bell just sounded, the hair on the way. We're just moments away now. In trap 1, we have Word of God. In 2, Tamna Rose. Trap 3, Heavenly Hero. In 4, the hot favourite, Serene Rumble. In 5, Cancel O'Key. And 6, Top Tank. The hair up behind traps. And away they go, and first to show Serene Rumble in 4. He leads into the corner, going up well on the outside, Cancel O'Key. In second now on the inside is number 3, Heavenly Hero, but around the corner, it's Serene Rumble that leads by 2 to 3 lengths. Heavenly Hero in second, back in third, Cancel O'Key. A big gap to the rest, they won't be winning, but out front it's Serene Rumble. 4 lengths clear now of number 3, Heavenly Hero. In third, Cancel O'Key. Around the second last corner, Serene Rumble continues to lead. Heavenly Hero trying to cut into the lead. Back in third, Cancel O'Key, but up the home straight. Number 4, Serene Rumble wins it. Second, number 3, Heavenly Hero. And third, number 5, Cancel O'Key. Look at the time, 30.83. A blistering track record by Serene Rumble. What a greyhound. And the result of the Vodafone Grand Prix for 2002, a tremendous winner in trap 4, Serene Rumble, second, trap number 3, Heavenly Hero, and third, number 5, Cancel O'Key, the winning time 30.83, a new track and national record. Eddie, you've been involved in greyhounds for a long time. Surely the best you've ever had?
Best I've ever had, Ian, yeah. I thought I had a good dog one time when I had Serene Tiger, and that was where we started our prefix from, and I thought he was a very good dog. I went to the English Derby with him and got to the quarter-finals, but this dog is exceptional.
Once he came out of traps, it was basically all over.
Well, it was a nervous time for us. The last 10 days were very, you know, it took. We knew it was in him, but we were still, you know, the way you'd be when you're going into a final. But
finals are finals.
He's a class dog. He's a class dog, and fair play to Michael Donovan. I give all the credit to him. Like, I mean, I gave the dog back to Michael there a good few months back, and he took his time with him. He asked me going home after he'd been beaten in the semi-final of the Derby, would it be okay if he didn't run him in the consolation? I said, Michael, if that's what you want, I said, that's what we'll do. And like he was very patient with the dog, and tremendous trainer, there's no question about it.
He said to us at the pickup, once he hit the front, we thought he'd do the track record, and that's what he did tonight. He didn't just do the track record, however, it was a national record.
Yeah, that's what you said to me after the race. I didn't realise that, but I mean, wonderful run. I mean, that's a tremendous run. I mean, like we were one spot outside the track record the last 2 nights. Fantastic dog. I mean, what can you say about him? I mean, please God, he's a long ways to go, but we're looking forward for next year, I can tell you that.
The Derby, the main target, of course.
The Derby, and the Derby would be the main target, but there's probably a lot of events before the Derby. But like, I would also like to mention this man on my left here, second to my left, Tom Cormack, who is the breeder, like, and he has the bitch at home, like, and he has 8 or 9 pups on the ground at the moment to Judicial Pride, and that man has to be proud of himself now, and he's probably one of the best brood bitches in the country. And like, Tom has been very good to me. He's always given me the opportunity to buy a dog whenever he had pups, and I'd just like to thank him for that.
You've bought the right one.
Bought the right one.
Next week, we will bring you the second round heats of the Pacific Mile National Puppy Stake from Shelbourne Park, plus Gaelic football legend Aaron Paddy McCormack's quest for success in the greyhound world.